Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm at Ohayocon 2014. I have with me Mr. Justin Cook. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's great to see you.
Alrighty. Now, basic pretty much question. How'd you first get started in this whole wide world of anime and voice acting?
Well, I guess I got started in it when I was a kindergartner and I saw Star Blazers for the first time. That's probably how I got involved with it. But it came to be something that was, I guess, a financial supportive of my life. Back in 2000, I started up in February as an ADR engineer. So that's how I got introduced to the world of it.
Awesome. Now, this is your first time ever coming to Ohayocon, and the weather's a little bit on the cold side. So did you bring a jacket, and how are you enjoying everything?
I enjoyed it. It's perfect. I love it. Sometimes I have to go someplace to have winter, and so that's what this is for me. So I love it. It's great.
Awesome. And now, as we've discussed, you're an executive with Funimation. What is your role with the company, and how can fans understand how the industry runs from your point of view? I mean, normally we don't see the more board executive style of anime industry, and fans may not understand that, because there's things you have to talk with Japan about, and, how is this going to get licensed? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? So, it's just a different perspective that fans may not know about.
Well, my job at Funimation is the director of the production department. So my job is to manage everything that goes through our department. So that's everything from receipt of materials to getting the scripts written, recorded, mixed, edited, then laid back, put over to our editing department. All special features fall under my care. So as far as like how to explain it from my perspective, it's 180 miles per hour all the time, 24 hours a day, between the 12 hours or so that we're open on the state side, and then we've got another 8 hours that Japan's open. So my day gets started somewhat around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and then ends somewhere around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And now that I've got an 11-year-old, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock. It starts there. So.
Awesome. Now, as you'd mentioned, you're an ADR director ADR engineer by trade. What are some of the challenges for those who may have not ever known what ADR is? It's a unique perspective as well to the whole industry too, because ADR is about the awesome things that it comes with it.
Well, you've built it up a lot more than it probably is. An ADR engineer, in most cases, is responsible all the way from the start to the finish of everything that goes through and involved with all the sound and audio that's recorded. Since we move more of an assembly line approach as opposed to project-based, our ADR engineers are responsible only for recording those sound files that they get from the actors, and then getting them A-okayed by the voice director and then sending them on to our mix engineer. And so from my perspective, when working as an ADR engineer, my job was just making sure I recorded the crispest and best files that I could get from the actors.
Awesome. And now on Yu Yu Hakusho, I know that was a big show that you guys love to have done and worked on. You were the director and the lead for this show. How is it trying to do both of those at the exact same time?
And to throw a little bit at you on this too, also the ADR engineer for quite a bit of it. So that was very much a challenge. As a matter of fact, I have had a few moments of where I'd start recording, then run around to the booth, get in, do the line, run back out, stop the file, check it, and then make sure. So it's a lot slower when you try to wear a lot of hats like that.
All right, and now Dragon Ball, as ever, is popular, and as we all hear. How's it like watching the show grow over the years? I mean, it's had big resurgence recently with a lot of fans jumping in with Kai, and then, getting that whole new cast going, and then, you get to come back and be part of it. How's it like just seeing that whole show come back with such a force that it has been?
I don't think there's anything that will ever keep Dragon Ball Z down. It's one of those perennial shows. It always comes back. It's the gift that keeps on giving as far as the voice actors are concerned. But between and really from my perspective, Dragon Ball Z never went away, because in between the times of recording the series and then coming back with Kai, we had video games we were working on and those kind of releases. So Dragon Ball Z is really always one of those things that it seems like every 1 or 2 years there'll be something that pops up for it. So I think it's absolutely wonderful. I think it's a great show. I think it teaches a lot. I think it has, its core is drenched with pride before the fall, and and a lot of these, and honor and friendship and what that means. And so I think that's part of its staying power, is because its plot lines and its core is really a good thing for anybody to watch of any age. So.
I say because I know that Funny always gets the fun question, when's Battle of the Gods coming out? When's Battle of the Gods coming out? We had Sean Schimmel on back in August, and he's like, I don't know anything. Until they tell you something, I don't know nothing.
It's true. We don't know anything.
And now, tell us about your work with BioWare, which is a great company, and they did Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and you got to work on the animes that were made for that. How was it working with that company, knowing the property that it was?
It was absolutely a pleasant experience. The companies that we worked with in Japan had great respect, obviously, for the shows and the scripts that we were putting together for it. And there were certain moments that were a little rough going, but it's going to be that way whenever you're starting any kind of new project, and certainly these co-productions were. What was so unique about them is that these were the first properties we got to invent the script for. From scratch, so that introduced us to an entirely new world of this entertainment industry.
Cool, because I've played Dragon Age, which was like really fun. That was a great game. Now, is there any way for fans to potentially keep up with you on the net? Like any Facebook page, Twitter, or just the good old at Funimation.com?
I'm one of those guys that's locked in with Funimation. So you need to know what's going on with me. Funimation is your place to go.
Awesome. And now, are there any upcoming projects you want fans to know about that they can check out on either at Funimation.com with the Elite video subscription service, or potentially also on DVD or Blu-ray? I know there's Fairy Tail Part 8's coming out shortly. The Save collection always keeps growing massively. You should see my Save collection. I literally have over 35 titles on Save.
I love the fact that on the Save titles you can actually take the cover art and flip it around so that you don't have to feel like you bought something at a discounted price. So I love that aspect of the Save line. But no, I mean, what's so exciting about this industry and specifically what Funimation is doing is that we've got so many titles that are coming out. I've got 6 recording rooms that are recording every day, all day long, continuing to push out new entertainment. And so, I mean, it's hard for me to say, hey, which one of these babies of mine are the one you should pay more attention to. Brilliant shows. Keep up with what's going on. And the fun.com is pretty new at this point. And I think it's groundbreaking. So there we go.
As I say, there's a unique series that Adam's spearheading inside the voice actors booth. How's that been going for you guys? I mean, has it been pretty well, and fans have been able to enjoy it on their Elite video subscription?
I would understand that would be that's the way it's being received. I know they're going well. I have very little to do with it, and I haven't actually participated in one of the actor studio things that Adam's working on, but I know it's generating a lot of interest, and I know the voice actors have really enjoyed participating in it. So I think it's great.
So is that a key for Adam, maybe? Yeah, let's get Justin in there and have Justin check out. Have Justin come over and talk with Adam so he can be in part of the booth too?
That's right. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, of course, what he'd tell me is get in more shows. So.
Alrighty. Well, thanks so much, Justin, for coming out and talking with us here at AnimeLocation.tv and here at Ohayocon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.